Hi again. And I have here with me Magdalena Tachnia,
Yes.
who's joining us from Poland. And Magdalena, why don't you give us a brief background about your history? What got you into the job you're doing right now?
I was studying biomedical engineering for 5 years, and there was no perspective in Poland for work in this area. My ex-boyfriend urged me to try this software testing, and I believe that what's the most important is that my natural curiosity or perceptiveness and all these organizational skills, uh, they uh, they somehow helped me to understand that I might be good for the job as a quality assurance. And it turned out that it was the good truth. And that's how it started. And it's 9 years now.
But 9 years is a long time in technology, no? What were your biggest, I guess, transitions in terms of, is there a big shift in the technology you used for QA, or has a portion of it been automated?
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts in those areas?
In my area, I'm basically responsible for loads of things. I recently became a leader, so I have to deal with my QA team. And I'm also responsible for mentoring all new people, like help developers to find the proper way of around apps and everything. I support business analysts, and why obviously my main focus is on manual and exploratory testing, but I also take part in automation. From the very beginning, I really wanted to automate because it's very important for projects to have such solutions. It gives us fast feedback about the condition of the app. Still trying to progress in this area.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, would you say that a big portion of your work is also customer feedback system?
Oh yes,
Like
of
that.
course, of course. I need to understand what customer needs, and I need to react for their suggestions and build it into my work, my everyday work.
How do you keep pace, like with changing technology, customer feedback, team interactions, all those housed in your scope of work day to day? How do you manage to still stay on top of the tech itself?
It's challenging to organize everything, but it's it's all about talking and keep track of everything and finding time for everything during my day. We have a daily meeting where we can talk about things, what was wrong, what was not wrong, or what we have to improve, or what we are working on, what's the client need, and so on. Then we have to cope with all this task and divide between people, and we track all these things on Jira. When we assign all these tasks to ourselves, I need to plan my work. I try to always start with the understanding of requirements. I try to find the connection with the client needs, and then I try to provide the proper test cases, and then I try to provide the proper automated tests.
I'd like to hear your thoughts about how has the challenge of dependencies. You mentioned being able to decrease the number of dependencies using
Yes.
tools. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically now in our project, we have a few, like 6 or 7 independent Scrum teams, and they have their area of specialties around the app. They basically are working on the tasks that are assigned to this area. So that's how we can minimize the dependencies between other projects, because we work on a different parts of the application. We have this Nexus integration team, which every day can meet and talk about the problems and talk about possible solutions or possible issues that can happen in the future, and we try to react as soon as possible, and that's how it helps us to avoid the problems in the future.
What is your recommendation for QA teams who have not adopted a semi-automated process or a systematic approach to QA? How did you do it like 5 years ago versus now?
I believe that the first thing is you need to know the application, like from the very beginning to the very end. You need to know every single part of the application. You just need to build the QA community and talk to each other about their work, and also have some meetings. It doesn't have to be like daily meetings. It can be like annual, like for once a week or something. Keep track of their work and your work, and to share ideas how to make something better. That's, I believe, the key to the success. We also sometimes make some trainings between us, show and tells. That's the great idea. If there is some area that is hard and tricky and it's new, then we ask someone to show how it works and how we can handle it, how it affects our work, and so on. And we need to be as open as possible to each other. If you have questions, you have to ask. We also have this knowledge matrix where we can mark who is specialist in which area, and then you don't have to ask like 10 or 15 people. You can just find the proper person and go and ask.
I think the key here is when you said show and tell. If it becomes complicated for one or two people, chances are it might already be a chaos in the minds of another team member. So a direct show and tell exercise would address all the key points I think needed to make one step work. Magdalena, well, this is off topic because we'd like to get to know you more. If there was one career opportunity outside of IT or tech space, what would you be doing right now?
I would be a wedding planner.
A wedding planner. Ooh, yeah. Okay, because attention to details.
Yes, exactly, and dealing with many things in one time. So you need to, have some white pigeons and some flowers and catering and food and people, and they like this couple cannot sit next to this couple, and you need to, figure out all these things. Like, I love dealing with loads of things going on in one time. And the to-do list, and like check.
I love it. Woo, that's a step out of the IT space, but I'm sure you'll find a way to organize your work. How more advanced would you like to be in IT? If you were to advance to a certain level, what area would that be in the IT space?
I believe I want to go more into automation and continuous integration in the cloud. That's something that interesting me now, and what I'm trying to develop now. Because now this automation is like not even the half, something like half of my daily job, and I want to become more into programming.
Yeah, wow, that's interesting to know. Thank you for sharing with us a bit about you and what you do and what your interests are. And I hope to see more of you in the coming episodes.
Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you, Magdalena, and I look forward to seeing you in person soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.